Tell me, which of these images are real from a photo shoot or AI? And if it is AI, is it the latest ChatGPT image model? Is it Nano Banana? Or is it a tool you never heard of? If you sell physical products, the answer to this question is going to be more important than you think. The tool that beat ChatGPT here is called Riverflow, and it's built specifically for product brands. Today, I'm going to introduce you to Riverflow. I'm going to show you how it works, and I am going to generate over 100 on-brand product photos for one Shopify store in a single afternoon. Let's get into it. Now, really quick before we dive in, I have partnered with Riverflow on this video and they have given my audience an exclusive offer. Use that first link down below in the description and you're gonna get an extra 20% off your first month. They also offer a free plan with 50 credits a day for your first 5 days. Best part is no credit card is required, so you could get in there today, start testing the entire workflow before you pay a single dollar. Now, let's start with what is Riverflow. Riverflow is an AI creative platform built specifically for product brands, especially in the CPG space. Now, there are a lot of AI image generators out there, and most AI tools like this are built to do everything for everyone, which sounds good in theory until you need to create an entire campaign, or you give it one of your products and you watch it change your label, or it changes the shape of your product, the color, or the proportions, and turn every SKU into a creative asset waiting to happen. Riverflow takes the opposite approach. It's gonna train directly on your visual identity, your products, your style, your rules, and it uses that as the foundation for everything it generates. And the best part is it plugs straight into your Shopify store. It'll pull your full product catalog automatically and turn every single SKU into a creative asset waiting to happen. The output is highly realistic, on-brand product imagery that's ready for paid social, your website, email, wherever you need it. So this is not AI image generation, it's AI image generation built around your brand. Alright, let's cover some of the core features inside of Riverflow that you're gonna love. The first one is how realistic and on-brand the AI imagery is. This is the first thing you're gonna notice, the quality. Most AI tools out there produce imagery that looks like it was shot on a different day, in different locations, by different photographers. But with Riverflow, you are gonna produce consistent imagery that looks like it came out of the same exact high-end photo shoot. Same lighting, same coloring, same camera style, and same image texture. The kind of details that elevate AI from looking like AI to editorial creative. Plus all of the product details that you painstakingly put together and built to be perfect and elegant, your label, your cap, the shape, your texture, are preserved across images you generate. And personally, as someone who tests these tools for a living, this is better than any other platform I've seen out there. Now, if you have used other AI tools out there that promise the same thing, you know how rare this is. With most tools, you're gonna generate 10 images and maybe 2 are usable. With Riverflow, that ratio flips. Now, the next feature I wanna talk about is that this is built specifically for CPG brands. I mentioned earlier, it's gonna connect directly to your Shopify store, automatically onboards your entire product catalog, and turns your store into the creative foundation that it will develop every generation from. And that means you're not manually uploading SKUs, you're not re-explaining what your product looks like. The catalog is the source. And this is a huge benefit if you've already spent a lot of money on photo shoots, products, lifestyle shots. All of that is now the core of how you generate additional imagery for future campaigns. Plus, a really cool benefit here is that it's also going to double up as your digital asset manager. And that means every image you generate stays organized and searchable inside the platform, ready to be deployed across whatever channel you need. Now, if that wasn't enough, let's get into the third feature I want to talk about, which is most AI tools punish you for not being a great and amazing and spectacular over-the-top prompt engineer. And trust me, we have all seen those videos out there where they have this really advanced, in-depth prompt that you need to spend 20 minutes filtering and going through and adjusting every little detail. But with Riverflow, it's going to save you all of that headache. There is a library of designer curated scenes, over 1,000 of them, that are pre-built for product creative. And that means you just pick a scene, pick an angle, hit generate, that's it. And I love this because this is built for founders, marketers, creators, not for people with a PhD in prompting. Now, I want to go more in depth on how you train the AI model with your brand. And this is going to solve the consistency problem. With most AI tools out there, you get a great image today and tomorrow's output is subpar. Then you spend an hour trying to regenerate it and then run out of credits. Riverflow lets you train your own brand style, which includes your colors, your visual mood, your composition rules, everything that you need so that it can generate outputs that match the aesthetic, the quality, and the feel that you're going after. Plus, once it's locked in, every future generation pulls from the same DNA. And that means what you publish in March is gonna look and feel the same as what you publish in September. Fifth, this is really powerful, generating different angles. Pay attention to this. You land on an image you love. The lighting is right, the product's right, the vibe is right. With any other AI tool, this is where it ends. You have one shot, and if you want any variations, you are starting from scratch. Riverflow has a feature called Generate Angles. You just drop in that one image and it expands it into 9 consistent shots. Same product, same person, same environment, same lighting, just different angles. This is the type of variety that you only get with a high-end photo shoot. It's gonna feel natural and real, and now you're not just generating an image, you're generating a campaign. Oh, and it is worth mentioning this 6th feature is that you could animate static images into videos. And that means you could generate short form video using leading video generation models baked right into the platform. All right, I'm gonna take you through the onboarding process right now, and I'm gonna use an example brand, X Nihilo, which is a fragrance company. As you can see, here is one of their bottles. We're gonna use this as an example as we go through. When you see their website and their material, it's very beautiful, very elegant, pristine, luxurious, feels really, really nice. And so we are gonna try to incorporate that across everything we do. Their blue is part of the name and the brand, and so we're gonna try to make sure that gets incorporated as well at the right time. So let's get started by doing our onboarding now. So you'll come in here and you'll just add in the website. And from there, it'll automatically grab everything you need. So let's start with a few key things. So it grabbed the main logo, but not the name. So let's drop that in. All right, we'll save that. Perfect. And then here we need to include the blue. So we'll get rid of that and then add in the new blue. All right, we'll add the brand blue here and then we'll hit save. Just a few small edits. We'll go from there. Down here, we have the core values where we could again adjust and tweak and change anything we like, but it looks like it's done a great job of pulling this all from the website on its own. So all we did was add in the URL. We did not add in anything else, and it's touching everything really well. Product categories, product keywords, brand style keywords, everything is hitting just in line. Now, this is where it gets really exciting. Just by adding your main URL, you have added in all of your products. Take a look here. 173 of your products have been found. Now just take a look. Click in here. You could see literally every single product. This is beautiful. Everything is added in, everything is here for your reference. And as we get into it, there's so much to choose from. Now, if you just want to select a few products to get started, you could do that as well, but there's no critique or ding on your account if you select all the products. So you could import all of them and then use them when you need. So I'm just going to leave it as is, and we're going to create our account. And mind you, you can't have more than one workspace once you do create your account. And don't you love the branding here? It's already very beautiful. All right, so we'll add in some details. I'll add a little bit about myself. I am a marketer. Company type is a brand, an agency, a realtor, a creator. This is all really cool. We're just gonna keep it as a brand. Now we're gonna create our team. All right, our workspace is created and we could start to generate our first product images. Now, as I scroll through this, if you don't know the brand, or you're not very into fragrances, or you are into fragrances, but you don't know about Ex Nihilo, these fragrances are incredible. I'm telling you, some of my favorites. I met one of the founders, had a great time. That's a whole different story. But Gold Immortals was the first fragrance I found that I loved. And then there's just a lot here that are incredible. But the one we're gonna work on today is gonna be Atlas Fever. This is apparently Drake's favorite fragrance, and we're gonna use this to get started. What we're gonna do here is generate our first scenes. Now, scenes are like examples of what you're gonna get for these different product images. And in this case, as you see, I could just click through this and it's gonna pull a lot of different imagery for me. And later on, we could refine these a little bit more, but this is a great place to begin. For this first run, I'm gonna do a run of these. I feel they're moody, they're aesthetic, they're luxurious, and they also are in line with the brand. Now, let's generate our first set of images. Now, while it's doing this, let me show you around the software just a bit. If I click on these three lines, this hamburger menu here, you can see you have your brand here. So if you have multiple brands, you could create new brands, you could do all of that right here. And then you have a very beautiful menu that's really easy to understand and organize. I really appreciate it when software feels intuitive and all of these options feel very clear. From there, at the top of the screen, you have photo shoots, which I love, images, videos, ads, and batch, which is an amazing feature. Now, as we wait for these images to be generated, I also do want to point out this process. I mentioned earlier that this is not about you becoming the best prompt engineer. Yes, you could refine it with key details, but as you're going to see with these images generated, this is really a different type of process. And so you could add your products here, and then you could add in specific styling. Here, as you could see, these are different styles of imagery. So in this case, I'm going to select this style for a new image that we're going to generate. So we have that style selected. And then I'm going to go into this image in the scene library and select a new image as well. As you can see, there's a lot to choose from. Lifestyle with people, different backgrounds here. This is one that we're already using, which is great. So when it comes to this like luxurious home, self-care style product, you have a lot of options here. This is very interesting. And then here are some more scenes that don't include necessarily having a person in it. I think this is a beautiful one that we can use. So I'm going to select this. We're going to come back into this because I just want to show you around a little bit more. But as you can see, there are a lot of options to choose from for your products. This is actually very interesting as well. I kind of want to, see more like this. What do they got? This is interesting. I really appreciate the mood that's being created with this. And I kind of feel like this Atlas Fever fragrance can be, I may want to select something like this to generate an image. So what I'm going to do is you can refine it more here, but I've selected the style that I like. I've selected this image as an example, and I have a product here. Again, we could change that product out as we like, but then down here, you could also select what size you want the image to actually be as well. In this case, I'm going to do a 16:9 wide. And in this case, I'm just going to do one image and I'm going to have it generate. So you're going to see it's now generating the 5th image here, but take a look at this. This is insane. And I'm going to show you why this is insane. Look at this image that's been generated. First of all, this looks like a professional, high-end, and also realistic shoe. This feels so beautiful, elegant, and this was our first run. Why does this work so well? Well, because it's pulling all of the assets from the brand as the basis and the structure of how it's developing photos. Let me show you why this is so important. So earlier, I took an example photo from inside of Riverflow, dropped it into Gemini. You can see it here, as well as the product shot, the same exact input. And then the text was just create an image like this with the product image. That's it. And it said, look, I've created it. And take a look at this. This feels cheap. It feels low quality, and look at the product. It's not even like real. It feels fake. It doesn't feel like it's really there. The immediate first result. This is our first result. Look how beautiful that is. And the best part is like, look at the level of detail. It's literally perfect. I did this run earlier and I'm gonna pull up the photo and show you. It was insane. Now, take a look at this. I generated this earlier. Again, feels so real. Now, in my opinion, this looks insane. Now, look at her thumb. Her thumb is here and it flows naturally. But you could even see the refractive nature of what the bottle is doing that we gave it. It feels natural. It feels real. It doesn't feel fabricated. Everything looks on point. And this was, again, a first run. Going back and taking a look, take a look at this photo as well. Beautiful, feels really aligned. And then again, we could refine it further if we like. Now, take a look at this. This is really interesting. There is a lot going on here. And wow, again, the level of detail in the product, even the finger behind the bottle. And then this finger's behind the bottle, but it's not showing through. This is incredible quality. Now, let's talk about pricing. And here's something that is not typical at all in this category. So this is gonna be a huge win for your team. Riverflow's pricing is based on credits, not seats, which means anyone on your team can jump in, start creating, generating, collaborating, all without having to worry about how many seats you're paying for. For most marketing teams, that alone changes all the math. Let's start with their first tier, their free plan. This is gonna give you 50 credits per day for your first 5 days, then 50 credits per month after that. Practically, that means you could generate up to 5 assets per day in your trial window. And that includes 1 brand profile, which means you get 1 brand style training included. You can get started with that today, no credit card required. Next up is their starter plan, and this starts at $29 per month. With this, you're gonna get 2,250 credits per month, which equates to 225 assets. You also get full access to their AI video generation, full commercial usage rights, and 24/7 expert artwork support. So if you are a founder, a small team just getting into AI creative, this is great. Next up is the growth plan, and this is their most popular plan. This starts at $74 per month, and this is gonna give you 6,000 credits per month, which is up to 600 assets, with the ability to have up to 5 brand profiles. You're also gonna get early access to new features and model releases, as well as priority support. For most CPG brands, this is the sweet spot. You could create assets for social, for ads, and anything in between. Next up is their scale plan, and this is $187 per month, and this is gonna give you 16,000 credits per month, which is up to 1,600 assets. You also get unlimited brand profiles and expert-led onboarding sessions. So if you need a high volume of creative, or you have a portfolio of e-commerce brands that you manage, this is an excellent plan. And if you do need an enterprise level plan, they have that as well. You'll get a dedicated customer success manager, advanced security with SSO, and admin controls, with a personalized onboarding. If you got value from this video and you want more content like this, subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.